Hello, hello, how is everybody doing? How's everybody feeling today? I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. It's a rare time in which I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I'm just sort of, I don't know. I'm in one of these moods where everything's sort of up in the air. I may do something with a friend of mine who wants to play some games, but it's up in the air and when they get home, because you know, I'm quite lucky in the fact that my job is quite close to my home, and so I can just sort of go. I hate that this blue sky doesn't update. So I can just go, yeah, I'm just gonna go here, and then it'll be fine. But not everybody has that luxury. And sadly, my friend does not have that luxury at all. I almost nope, discard. But yeah, seen a lot of people talking about that Warhammer 11th edition trailer. I've seen it. Really good trailer. Really good trailer. It makes me wish that they would go and actually do what I want them to do, which is to just do something big. You know, do something that like functionally is like, okay, this is a shake-up, you know? But I don't think it's likely they'll do something like that in any time soon. Because the problem is when you've got something like Warhammer that's being done by a committee, and they want safe because safe sells. You know, so it's the reason why they're never gonna have it where the Space Marine isn't a major part of the story, because the Space Marine sells. Exactly. Exactly, Ada. It's 30 years of status quo. Yeah, well, they'll make Bykov Primaris because generally it's just a Space Marine. Really? Okay. I didn't know. I didn't want to assume. Didn't want to assume, Owen. Yeah. I assumed they'd made bank on the Primaris because the Primaris are, especially when you sort of phase out all the regular Space Marines, which they've functionally done. They're functionally just Space Marines. You're gonna get me. Don't joke about that, because I have no idea if you're being serious. Because I can call you Lord Jaraxxus Illidan, Lord of the Burning Legion, but I thought we weren't using true names. I thought we were using the regular names. Also, you don't want to get copyright struck by World of Warcraft. No, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about the trailer, and there is a lot of cool things in it. I did see somebody bring up the fact that we've had like the first depiction of Prime Emperor, official Prime Emperor, like a model, an animation model of the official Prime God Emperor, which is kind of insane. Don't know how true that is. Which is a cool concept. I don't know what that means. People have been speculating that it means that we might get a Warhammer animated, like Horus Heresy thing. But I think it's unlikely because I don't think Warhammer Plus is doing them particularly well. I mean, people have been thinking about that as well, because if you look at the Emperor in this trailer, he has skin on him, which wasn't depicted before. He has a working eye that wasn't really depicted before. Like, he's gone from like the like skeletal stage of decomposition to being in like the I look like a zombie stage, which is interesting. I do wonder if that's always been the canon and people have just been taking, either it's been visions of what the Emperor actually is. Yeah, exactly. I do wonder how canon the skeletal one is. I think it's just that picture that everybody sort of banked on. Yeah, but that's the only sort of like picture people have been using. But like the fact that he can move his eye is kind of cool. Although I mean, there's already canon books that said that Gulliman had a whole conversation with him, and he was entirely just using his eye. So like that was already kind of canon, but whatever. So yeah, I've been seeing stuff about that. I'm a bit sad that it's not going to be Necron focused, but we had an edition, and I quite liked it because the Silent King came back. So I understand that they're not going to focus them twice in a row. So that's fair enough. I do wonder what they're going to do for this one. Is this going to be an edition where they bring back a Primarch? Probably not, because this edition's trailer didn't have a Primarch in it. I would have thought they'd want to advertise that, but maybe it'll be like a halfway through the edition kind of thing. Who knows? But yeah, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see. I've seen loads of screenshots as well, because a lot of what the thing is about this trailer that was quite interesting was that there was a lot of like interesting, I'm using the word interesting a lot, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of, I was about to say interesting again, there's a lot of it, I can't think of another word for captivating kinds of sort of like single shots. Like there's the depictions of each of the Chaos Gods and Gork and Mork, and their depictions are really cool, like just as a concept. They did one of the few depictions of like the hive mind as well, or I guess maybe it was just the Shadow and the Warp, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those weird things with Warhammer where I'm never going to be playing the actual official way you're supposed to play Warhammer. I don't think I'll ever get a model. I don't think I'll ever paint it. But I love the lore, and I love the tertiary games that come from it. And that's kind of like the big thing for me. For example, I just saw that there was I believe it's a beta for the Dark Heresy game. The Dark Heresy game, I do not know what's up with you. But yeah, the Dark Heresy game looks really cool. I really appreciate the fact that, from what I can gather from the Dark Heresy game, they are sticking with the simple in comparison to Pathfinder system that they had. I would prefer a little bit more difficulty, but admittedly I only played on normal, so if I want a higher difficulty, I should just play on a higher difficulty. The fact that normal's relatively easy to go through is probably the right idea. Like, I do wonder if they're gonna make it slightly harder in terms of the scaling, because the scaling in the Rogue Trader game was it was like abysmal after the like first act ? I don't know if they're called acts. Where like there is functionally bosses. In fact, maybe every boss, bar the ones that turn themselves literally invincible, where I just straight up did not ever learn the mechanic. And it wasn't just because I was like, I'm gonna brute force it. It was the fact that I would go through a turn of like normally, like go on a turn of normal like of like normally doing all my shooting that I do, and I'd just kill the thing. Like it would just die, or I'd skip the first phase at the very least, except for the final boss. The final boss in Rogue Trader is only a problem because he functionally insta-kills. And I believe it took me maybe two tries, maybe 3 tries to get him. Which kind of is like, you know, it's not a huge amount, but it's not bad. Early game of Dark Heresy, uneven on normal, is funny as fuck. The way the initiative works, I usually have one character die before I get a turn. Jesus. Okay. I didn't expect that. So I guess initiative and whatever boosts initiative, I'm going to guess agility. It's probably going to be on a bit of a premium. I wonder if it just means that the best builds are builds in which you just heavily focus agility. Like maybe just the ability, just because of how good agility is, maybe it goes that way. That's implying that agility isn't incredibly good in most games, if I'm being honest. The equivalent agility is normally great. But no, I haven't played the Dark Heresy game yet. I'm more of a person who waits for the full thing to come out. I've been burnt a couple times. With games that I've like bought in beta, or I've bought early, or even that I've just been interested in, and then they just haven't gone anywhere, and I've just been like, eh. Or like they've gone somewhere, but like it takes so long for the actual release to happen that I kind of got sick of the game already. Like, as much as I love Solasta, I don't think there's much of a chance that I'll be playing Solasta until they actually have the full thing out. Solasta 2, obviously. Which is a shame, because I genuinely feel like Solasta, maybe not to the level of Rogue Trader, where I genuinely feel like if it was fully voice acted, like by good quality voice acting, I feel like Rogue Trader would have been in that contention for Game of the Year. And it would be actually like a completely valid comparison to compare it to Baldur's Gate. I think in general the character stories are better than most Baldur's Gate stories. I just think the world, the graphics, the like voice acting, you know, all that kind of stuff, all the little hidden stuff is just a bit better in Baldur's Gate. But Solasta was at that level as well, where I felt like, I think it came out relatively around the time of Baldur's Gate, and I think Solasta is really, really good, and the thing that fails it is twofold. I think it's one of those games where actually having like a character option like Baldur's Gate, where you can go like and play like generated characters, might have helped it, because the biggest problem it had is the dialogue. The dialogue came across as very much, and I don't want to be mean to the voice actors they probably got, but the dialogue came across, maybe because of the fact that it's so customizable, it came across really like robotic and like forced. Like, it wasn't AI generated, but if you told me it was AI generated, I'd be like, sure. In fact, actually, based on what I've seen of some people using AI generated voices for World of Warcraft as like mods, they've had more emotion in some cases. And I think that was one of its biggest problems. And I played the demo of Solasta 2, and they felt like they were a bit more like it wouldn't be like start of sentence, end of sentence. It would be like start of sentence going into other sentence, into other sentence. You know, felt like someone talking instead of somebody doing individual lines. But they do have the problem of it being so customizable that you're not going to get any of that like natural speaking. Well, it's not going to be as easy. I think maybe the idea of like having you and maybe your friends, depending on how many friends you have, be completely customizable, but having like the party members you can get be like people with stories and stuff might have been the better route to go, but I don't know. Who am I to say? I'm looking forward to Solasta 2 anyway, because they do... What I like is that they have a solid mix of... And this has been a problem for me. Sorry, I might play a game. I might just be on a rant for a while. This has been a solid problem for me in terms of... in general, adapting systems. Solasta does a really good job of having... the base being D&D, quite obviously D&D, and them, especially with the subclasses and some adaptations to the game, making it unique in their own way, adding their own, like, in some cases, like, world-specific subclasses. Because what they do, or at least they did in the base game, is they'd have all of the CRD subclasses. So it would be, you know, Battle Master and Champion Fighter, but because they'd adapt some of their abilities to make them better or worse, just because, like, Champion you don't really get much to do, for example. And then the third one would always be their unique one that they've made, like Tunnel Fighter or something. I appreciated that. What I'm going on to is that what gets me, and this is the thing that's sort of been getting on my nerves a bit recently, is when people take it a step too far. Where I'm like, why are you using this system as a base? At all. And I feel like there's other systems you can use. The reason this has been brought up to me is that I've been watching, and this is not a jab at anyone. I want this prefaced in case randomly someone clips this. I've been watching a lot of a certain... You know what, I'm not even going to say the name. I'm going to be generalized so that can't happen. I've been watching a certain D&D channel, and I really like one of their series. And that series is one that sort of keeps it down to very little changes, although they've been adding more changes recently, and I'm just like, it's getting to me. And then there's the other mainline series that they do, and that one, they've adapted so much of the game that it feels like it's not the game anymore. You know, this is one of these things where, like, it happens a lot with, like, when people are like, oh, I really want to play a low power sort of like fantastical setting where, like, magic, it's, you know, it's few and far between, there's not a lot of ways to get it. Maybe there's like the occasional magical artifact in a dungeon or made by a master craftsman that is kept as a relic of like a royal family or something, but generally the average person's just like person with sword. And they're like, oh, what system should I use? I know, I'll use D&D. It's not right. Don't do it. I love D&D. D&D is very, very simple. I think it's one of the best sort of starting things to get into, because although there's some complicated rules here and there, realistically, it's pretty easy to figure out. But you don't use it for low-powered situations, because even level 1 characters in D&D are arguably not low magic at all, because at level 1, you can be a caster that's repeatedly casting spells. Maybe earlier editions when cantrips weren't a thing. But I think with the addition of cantrips, just don't use D&D. Simple as. Speaking on that, I've been really looking... If anybody's looked at the Unearthed Arcanas for D&D, they've done like horror-themed ones recently. I'm assuming it's because that new Curse of Strahd book's coming out. I don't know if it's a Curse of Strahd book, but it's a something in Strahd book. Ravenloft, The Horrors Within. And because that's coming out, I think they've been doing some what's the word? Doing some like horror Unearthed Arcanas, which is cool. But then now that I'm thinking about it, kind of means that they are in fact not going to have them in the actual book, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I've been looking through those, because I always look through the Unearthed Arcanas, because they're always interesting. And they're really fun. I'm a big fan of them. Like, it's one of those situations where I think they've used it to do some things that were quite unique. For example, I really, really like the Poison Monk. It's this sort of... The monk is very sort of like... What's the word? Like, cultivation novel coded, for lack of a better word. So, if anybody's read any sort of like... I think they're called manhwas, but like cultivation novels, they're functionally just... Like, they're always set in a certain area, and they're always about somebody, like, meditating. Functionally, all of them are monks, but they're using, like, ki blasts and stuff. And one of the most famous, like, clans or guilds that they always have in those... I don't think you can go and see a cultivation novel without them having this. Is the sort of... I think they're called the Tang clan. I'm sure they're based on something in real life. I don't know what they are. I just know that there's always a Tang clan. And the Tang clan is always poisons and hidden weapons. But they've, like, mastered it to the art of, like, you would assume that they are monks. Like, if you were going to do them, they're monks. And so, whenever I see the monks, I sort of see them in that lens of that. And so... having this sort of subclass that really fits into that is really, really cool. I do hate... It's one of the, admittedly, a decent amount of problems. It's one of them, admittedly, like, one of the... What am I trying to say? It's one of the many problems with D&D is poison. And the fact that poison is one of, if not the worst damage types to be using, because there's like 50% of the monsters are immune to it, which does mean that to make it functional, they have to go the extra mile of going, giving them ways of changing the poison type to a different type, which is a shame, but... What can you do? You can always flavor it as just a weird poison. I've learned that flavoring stuff in TTRPGs is always fun. At least for me. But yeah, I've loved that. Speaking on that, by the way, I'm sorry I'm just going from one topic to another. I was watching somebody play the newest, sort of the 2024 rules of D&D's Rogue. For the first time I watched someone actually play it. And you know what? Like, I thought they hit it out of the park before, but watching it played, I genuinely think they've made... It's a notable improvement to the Rogue. I wish there were more you could do. Like, I think the fact you're restricted to 3, maybe 4, is a bit of a shame. But I love that the fact that almost every subclass has, like, an improved version of it. An improved version of one of them that changes it in some way. And I love the fact that it does actually mean that the rogue has a bit more now than just I try and get a sneak attack and then I do a decent amount of damage, but if I miss, I miss. Now, they still, if I miss, I miss, which is a real shame. But now they have the ability to sort of like sacrifice what is only going to be like on average 4 damage, which especially later on is functionally nothing. Is 4 damage ever going to be enough where you're like, oh god, if only I allowed it? And sure, it adds up, but the stuff you can get from it is pretty cool. Like the ability to trip somebody up, the ability to... The one that I thought was really cool, that I kind of wished I had when I last played a rogue, is the withdraw option. So you can go in there, do an attack with the sneak attack, use the withdraw option, and it gives you a free disengage and half your movement speed out of the fight. Which is huge, in my opinion, because it's just like, oh, I can now do the whole thing of going in there, attacking, and then getting out. And I know what you'd say, oh, well, you could already do that with rogue. Well, yeah, you could already do that as a rogue, but what you had to do was you had to use your bonus action to disengage. Whereas now, what you have to do is sacrifice, on average, 4 damage, and I guess also hit, but you're not using your bonus action, so you could offhand attack something, which is always cool. So I'm also having a look through what apparently are the 5 horrors, 5 Dark Lords from Ravenloft. First one is your quite obvious Strahd. Second one, hold on a second, I'm just checking what he has. Yeah, he's got a load of things. Second one is seemingly Cthulhu. What? They've just added Cthulhu into Ravenloft? Excuse me? Now imprisoned within the domains of dread known as Innsmouth. Oh, they've just added Innsmouth into a... It's just a domain of dread, I guess. What? What? Okay. Okay, these are... I thought they were places in Ravenloft. They're not at all. Even though the book seemingly is called... It says here, the preview of the 5 Dark Lords from Ravenloft. This isn't Ravenloft. That's Innsmouth. They say in the thing. This is a mad scientist from Ravenloft. Victor Mordheim. Scholars and chemically altered. Oh, it's a mad. It's Frankenstein, functionally. Aided by constant tutorials to get the unbreakable heart, which allows her to reunite with Elsie. Victra Mordheim. Industrial influence. Memorize the dominion of body horror and environmental destruction. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay, what's this person? A mummy? Anktopot. I can never get these kinds of names correct. Got the word Ankh in it though, and I know how to say Ankh. Even to power for its own sake, his sole obsession is recovering his lost Ka, so that he may die and face the gods that cursed him for eternity. Oh! He's cursed with undeath. Go to the priest in Ankh's name, meanwhile below the sounds of lamented. Okay. That one doesn't seem like horrendously hard to live in. Like I wouldn't want to live in augmenting undead icy wasteland. I wouldn't want to live in Innsmouth. I don't particularly want to live in Barovia in like in any capacity. But like sure, this place is bad, but like it's just like a city. It's a bit authoritarian, but that's kind of seems fine. Ebon Blade. Oh, it's just the weapon. Some of those who wield it using them to destroy the ancient enemies and any lingering ideals of heroism. Oh. It's a realm of corrupted heroism and lost ideals. Divided between the haunted Avalai and the zealous Nidalar. Here virtue is often a mask, an excuse for cruelty. Well, I guess zealous isn't necessarily good, what am I saying? It's the downfall of Shadowborn and her allies. Oh. Oh, cool. I mean, I like the concept. I like all the different horror areas. But I think what people wanted more was just more Barovian stuff. But I guess you want all the stuff. I'm surprised they're adding Cthulhu into their game, bearing in mind that Cthulhu is a property they can't copyright. You know? I've always been surprised when they do stuff like that. Not as much with... Like, Cthulhu's Cthulhu, so it's a bit different. But, like... old stuff would relate to, like, would mention Zeus in it, like 2014 cleric dominions would mention things like Zeus and like some of the other like pantheons that were a thing in real life, and that always was surprising to me because it was like, are you sure you want to be bringing those up? Like, is it not one of those situations where, from a business perspective, you're supposed to, you know, makes everything copyrightable at the end of the day? I don't know. It's a weird situation. I haven't played D&D in several years now. It's a shame. It's this weird. It's a situation where I think, I don't know. I'd love to do it, but then I can't really say anything because I don't. Well, I'm absolutely terrified of. I'm absolutely terrified of ever DMing something. I think it's very unlikely, unless I'm like so infatuated with a world and an idea. I think that's the biggest thing. If I'm ever going to DM anything, I think I'd have to spend a while coming up with a world that I particularly like, or finding a world that I really, really like, that I can go into the minutiae of. And the sort of like, the idea of coming up with a story in that world would feel less overwhelming, maybe? I don't know. It's one of those things that I have a hard time coming to terms with, because one of the biggest things that's I guess a bonus of like one of the biggest boons that a DM can have is the ability to sort of think on the fly. Because one of the worst things for games a lot of the time is the perceiving that you are being railroaded in some capacity. And I think that's would potentially be one of my bigger problems, because I feel like a lot of the time what would happen, unless I've spent a long time coming up with different alternatives, was some people will come up with an idea, either like a way I didn't think of to like bypass something, like a puzzle I put in place or an encounter that I had set up. Or they will decide that they don't want to do X, instead they want to do Y. And then I will panic. Not necessarily panic if that's the end of the session, but I'll panic in sort of like... No, maybe even then, because it might mess up the whole story idea that I'd come up with. And so it's one of those situations where I'm like, would I... It really puts me off You know, it puts me off doing it, even though it's the easiest way of, like, making sure that... It's the easiest way of making sure that a campaign that I'm really interested in gets done, you know? It's one of those things where it's like, if you want something done, do it yourself. And that's like that's fair enough. So I probably should have been doing it myself, but I don't. So it's, I don't know. It's an interesting situation. Right, I think I've rambled enough. Do you reckon we should start playing a game? I think what I'm sort of leaning towards is the game I've been playing casually for a while. Well, casually for a couple days now. As just something to have in the background. You know, it's one of those lower tension games. It means we can still do some forms of chatting while this is happening, but not like it take over. Not there be A, nothing on the screen, and B, not take over the whole thing. There, look, it's called Pestilence Not Required. Pesticides not required, sorry. Pesticides not required. Pesticide not required. Yeah. Let me just switch the games on YouTube as well. Will it change anything? Who knows? I just like doing it because it feels right. How do I spell? It's on my screen in big letters, and I'm worrying about how I spell it. What am I doing? This came out 2 years ago, really. Oh. It looks good quality, right? Sorry, I was just replying to a message. Okay, let's go. Also, let me just make sure it's working well. Yeah, it's working well. Okay, as you can probably guess from this game, it's a game about frog. Game about a great frog. This frog, Joe. It's a Vampire Survivor kind of game. Whole point of it, you mine crops to get your money and XP, or you mine crops to, or you mine, or you fish, and you use all that money to make sure you survive. That's it. We're going to be playing as this boy. He's a bit special. His whole shtick is every time you mine something, or you fish something, he instantly makes it so that your crop grows. What does this mean? It means I will be planting a lot of seeds, and because of the incredibly slow speed of my crop growth, because it's like 200%, I will be almost exclusively never doing anything on them. Instead, I will just be mining and fishing. I'll take second wind because I'm never taking any damage. This is normally one of those games where I actually would not be having a ton of fun because they have one of my scariest mechanics in it. I've talked about it many times. The thing I'm scared of. I always think it means that I'm going to lose. Which is... Hold on a second, I'm just... No, I don't want any of these. Crop yield. I mean, I'll take it just in general. Which is, of course, upgrades that are specifically... like, give upgrades and downgrades. Scares the hell out of me. But this one, I haven't had too much of a problem with. This is how you gain powers, by the way. You have to... You have to buy the crops, you grow the crops, and then they turn into your upgrades and all the things you're supposed to do. Don't know why any of these insects are even around, because, let's be honest, it's the winter. All the insects are supposed to disappear in the winter. But, I'm not, whatever they're called, insectologist. Is that a word? Insectologist? Look, we were either going to play this, or we were going to play the weird Lethal Company Pokemon game that came out, that I just don't think is for me. Ooh, a swordfish? I have a strategy in this game, and I don't know if it makes any sense. So I'd be interested to see if people... I was about to say in the comments, but I meant in general, also agree with my strategy. We'll only get to see that strategy when I am in a situation where I get an upgrade. But once you see it, I will be appreciative to know what it is. I'm appreciative to know if you agree with it. But yeah, you can see why I think of this game as pretty chill, right? Shop prices? Yeah, why not? What's an extra 10% between friends? I might give that Lethal Company Pokemon game another try, because although I think it's one of those ones that I'm always a bit iffy in playing because it's focused more around the battles and less around the story. I do wonder if there's a story to it. If there is a story to it, maybe I'll give it I'll give it more of a shot. Beefy's good because it only gives bonuses. I know that because it's green. What are these things, by the way? Are they supposed to be like larvae? Either way, how did I not get a level up from that? I did. Oh, I didn't tell you about my... I was so instinctively doing stuff that I didn't tell you about my idea. Okay, in every situation where I have the ability to choose extra amount for my upgrade, which just means more of them go out, unless the alternative Unless the alternative is something insanely powerful that's the equivalent of doubling the damage, I always, without a doubt, will take the amount increase. Because my logic is this. If there's one projectile and you're adding 2 projectiles to it, you're functionally doubling your damage. Let's be honest. As far as I'm concerned, that's better than any tiny upgrade to like your attack speed or anything. Like, look, this gives you attack duration, attack size. Cool. This gives me it doubles my damage. It triples my damage. Why wouldn't I pick that? Look, sure, not all of them are always going to hit. That is a logic. There is a logic to that. But some of it will. Look at that. I did 3 times as much damage to this boss in that attack because of the fact I took that upgrade. I don't understand the logic of picking anything but that. Okay, I'm getting destroyed by this guy. But I'm not getting destroyed by the things around this guy. Which shows to me that I don't need to care about this guy. Damage, crit chance. I normally go crit chance and attack frequency. Attack frequency is always good. You get a pet every time you kill a boss. I guess we'll pick the elephant just for the off chances when I'm not there and it wants to... They need water and I'm like... I've never seen these creatures before, and I assume they're based on something that actually exists. Because if they don't actually exist... I mean, I'm not going to do anything, but I'll be annoyed. Because you've been doing almost exclusively, like, animals that do exist until now. Health regen down. Increase. Planting and watering speed. I'll take... Look, I'm always going to take stuff that talks about, like, thirst. Because I, A, have an elephant that can just do all the watering for me. And B... I don't really care about watering these plants. Because I have an ability that automatically makes them harvestable once I mine some ores. I think they focus on the non-equipment over the actual equipment, because it always feels like the non-equipment's not getting done. Attack frequency projector. I don't know if that's a buff. Look at this. 20% extra damage. But this is more than 20% extra damage, because there's at bare minimum it's an extra what, like 66% extra damage plus the 10% there to everything after the fact. Huge buff. I really want to pick this cat up. We bought the cat. We have enough, it's fine. We're just gonna get 2 of them instantly done right now. Four of them instantly done right now. Oh. I don't know what these creatures are. They look like black wasps, and I didn't know that those things exist. If they do exist, and they're remotely bigger than a regular wasp that I'm used to, I'm glad that I don't exist anywhere near them. I'm sure they're nice. But they scare me. They scare me a lot. And this thing as well kind of scares me as well. I don't know if the thing on the top is his head, or whether the thing on the top is its like antenna. And frankly, at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. Look at this. 4 is functionally 5 times damage, and that's 2 times 20%. There's no way that this isn't better than this. I couldn't even see that I had planted anything there. I don't know how long you get when it's store time. Feels like a lot though. Katana. I like beam strategy in the sense we're going to pick every beam we physically can. And some more room. Okay, we're just going to do some lovely mining and or crafting. Increasing our damage by another 5%. You know, it adds up. Now, if we had to take 100 shots to kill something, it takes 95 shots to kill something, I think. That's how the math works. Mount frequency damage. Probably frequency going up is probably the right thing. 4 piercing, more frequency, less, no projectile speed, no duration. I think I'm fine with that. As soon as my attacks stop, they kill me. Wait, maybe I was supposed to take frequency. Quick, up my damage by 40%. That's got to be enough, right? Any of these that's frequency. Just keep fishing. Fish like our life depends on it. Sure, thirsty. You know, to get this dude, I had to do this without planting like more than 100 what's the word? More than 100 crops to do it, and I'll be honest, kind of had a lot of fun just doing that. Like without even it being a challenge, like I just had a lot of fun doing that. I know it's mean to say about a game that's the main mechanic is the farm. But I generally have a lot of fun when I'm not doing the farm part of it. Whereas instead of doing the farm part, I'm doing the fishing or the mining bit. But I'm sure there's people in, like, Stardew Valley that believe the same thing as me. But they're like, I play Stardew Valley to, I don't know, kill the monsters or something. I don't remember if there's actually a dungeon in that, or whether it was one of the many other games that came out that also just had a dungeon in it. Fishing spawn, fishing yield? Sure. I mean, I'm surprised I'm using a worm as bait and not just eating the worm. I can't believe I didn't get a level up from that. This is bull hockey. I do appreciate that it only allows you to buy enough for you to hit max level. So you're never in a situation where you've screwed yourself over. God, I love having the range and mining and fishing so that you can do both at the same time. Why didn't they call it minefish? That's the question I want to know. There's another game that they've got coming out, which I assume is like a spiritual successor to this, because it has a very similar name. It's either that, or they've just decided to go with that as their general work thing is going to be pesticides, and then a word. Fishing yield, sure. Do I not get a level up? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, so damage. I think we just want damage and frequency. Whereas you... We now have a lot, so this is becoming less and less effective. But I don't... It's not that less and... Keep mining. Precious jewels. Okay, this water AoE thing has not been as important as I initially thought it would be. And by initially thought it would be, I mean literally when I was doing that... When I was talking just then, I thought it was better than what it is. Don't ask me why the ant is the thing that's running the store. They're very industrious. If they want to get seeds, I guess they're in a situation where they have a large group of people that can go out and do that. They're unpaid labor because they do it for their queen, I guess. Crop yield? I don't know what that really means. Like, does it mean that I need more to level up? I hope not. My favorite characters in this at the moment have been like the I'm all about fishing one and I'm all about mining one, where they have bonuses to like their abilities based on how many times they've mined and or fished. Those are by far my favorites. Mount duration, frequency up. Bring me more frequency. Damage. It means we get less frequency, but it's also there for longer. Amount and frequency, please. I'm not saying that frequency is all that matters. I'm saying that if I'm not attacking, I'm dying. Yes, more cats. And this isn't just because I love cats. This is also because... Oh, 50% extra damage. Yes, please. It's also because... that means I might not die. Mine. Keep mining. Keep mining. Yeah, cool. Let's go through here. I'm just going to take this. Frequency, damage. I'm happy with that. If they want to come at me, they have to come through my army of AoEs and damage over times. If you can get through all of them, well then maybe you deserve the crown. You can have it all. I left it all in the one room. Okay, that's just good enough. I do not want there to be a second where I'm not shooting. Is this effective? Probably not. Fishing yield. No, I'll take the bongo berry though. Piercing. I'll take attack frequency because I like attack frequency. More boomerangs. Have you noticed I'm not buying the elephant? There's a very simple reason for that. I've never needed to have the elephant, and why would I need to water my plants when they're never going to get to the point where they actually actively grow? Amount damage and amount duration. I'll pick that one up. Remember when I took the thing that was called Sin? And the whole thing with that one was that it buffed how fast my fishing speed is based on how many ores I mined. I wonder how much of a buff I'm getting from that, if anything. 99 Pierce. You know what? I kind of just want to see if that means that they do a lot of damage. Sure. There are buffs, by the way, that are like combos, but I don't know how you get them frequently, so I just sort of don't get them frequently. That is genuinely the reasons why I haven't done them. Grow more. Fishing yield. Look, as much as I like fishing yield, as much as the next guy, I genuinely feel like I have enough. I get enough out of my fish. Enemy damage, your damage, no. Don't actually see the point in that one, like in any capacity. Like, I know that they're losing more damage than you're losing. I don't know, it just feels like if you're endlessly taking decent amounts of damage, very likely you're not gonna win. Now, is that completely correct? Who knows? Again, I've only been playing this game for maybe 2 days, and I found a strategy that was not the strategy of the base that they expect you to do, and I've just been doing that. You know what? I love doing that, where it's just like, yeah, I think I'm going to have the biggest plot known to man. Am I going to use it effectively? No. My plan is me and my cats are just going to go around. We're going to mine. We're going to collect what we mine. Ah, I'm dying. Where are my cats? Please, cats, kill them. It's not the bosses that are a problem. It's the enemies around the bosses. Okay, I killed the boss. Cats, focus on something else. Here's another cat. Oh god, there's another boss. There's another boss. It's fine, we have health. We have health. I don't care about the 401k. 10% damage might be the difference. $99 Pierce? No. I don't hit 99 enemies, so I'm not getting any efficiency of that. Well, that's not a good sign. I hope that was the last area. Come in, I'm coming. Yeah, I'll get the cow, why not? Yeah, I'll get the things, why not? Yeah, sure, water them. Oh, I got an achievement. It wasn't intentional. Believe me when I tell you, it was not intentional. There's so many freaking wasps of different versions. No. Oh god, I don't want any of these. I guess this one? Crop yield, apple spawns, attack size? No, a frequency. I get 10% faster. I lose when I'm not attacking, so I'll never not be attacking. Ah, there was a point there where I was not attacking. Okay, we did it. We did it. I don't know what the major difference other than enemy variety, like enemy looks is different on each of the seasons, but I've found myself finding some of the hardest, and I have no idea why. It's funny because it's the first one you do. Yeah, I have no idea how to make this one work. It's like an apple specific one. But like, apples don't do anything other than heal you. And this one makes it so they give you max HP, which I guess is nice. But like, you lose attack frequency, which it feels bad. And you get projectile speed per movement speed. But like, why would I want to go that way? Then there's this one, which, again, I'm a bit worried about doing. And then Billy Bob. Billy Bob, no. Like, he might be good to get my max HP up for like this one. I kind of want to do catch 'em all Mignon. Okay, so we've got that one. Let's do Autumn. Autumn's called Back to School? Back to school again, meeting all my friends. Here with all of my teachers. Every one of us makes a difference. That song will never not be in my head. Thing is, I haven't heard that like properly sung in maybe like it's a lot of years. I'm trying to figure out how many years it is, but it's a lot. Do I just go full in on on max HP? I kind of feel like I should. Fish spawns per fishing speed. No. I will take this one though. Anything we see that says max HP up, we go for. Is there much of a logic to this? No. Other than that we just want that thing. Mining speed buff? I didn't even look to see if the other one had anything related to HP. Which one of these do I want? I like hammer. But I like ball better than hammer. Also, there's a dog, by the way. I assume there'll be some people in the world that like that. That's not to say I hate it. Don't get me wrong. It's just not a dog person. I'm a cat person. None of these boost my health at all. None of these. That one does. They win a match with 200 HP. How far do we have to go? Oh, actually not that far. We're already at 151. The first generation of Pokemon, 151. It seems we're going mostly mining builds, because we've got 2 buffs to mining at the moment. 3 buffs to mining at the moment. So, yeah, mine locations will be prioritized over non-mining locations. I think this is fair. Good to know. Max HP. Ooh, max HP. Ores. You need to buy these. Not because I particularly like them. Because they are... What's the word? It's literally the point of my character. So if I wasn't focusing them, I would... I don't have enough crops. I've realised it. I'm acknowledging it. Yo-yo? Yeah. Come on, 2 at once. Double trouble. Nope, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't have the damage I'm supposed to have at this point. I need damage. I mean, that's the best I'm gonna get. I will say though, as I have said before, I don't have damage, and I need more max HP. I'm only on 161, so I've added 10 from Generation 2. Scythe. That's what I needed. Gonna collect these. None of these are particularly good. I'll take this for flat damage. Where's my max HP? God, I two-shotted that. I don't think I've buffed my mining speed, like, insanely yet. Okay, so Autumn's Arachnids, which, I mean, I don't particularly like as a concept, but... Give me max HP. None of you are max HP. I guess crop growth? Thank you. Do I really need to kill this thing? What's it doing to me, really? Max HP! We're almost there, that's 181. I swear it said 200. If it doesn't say 200, I'm gonna get annoyed. But also not get annoyed enough to actually check. No, I actually don't like that one. Let's go for this. And let's go for like these. 15 is not enough. Die. This dude takes so much damage. Please die. Okay. You know what would be great right about now is a damage buff. But I'll take the lesser damage buff that comes with a lot less benefits. Because it doesn't lower my max HP. You know what it's going to give me? It's going to be some sort of max HP based thing that I'm going to be like unhappy with because it's not particularly that good. Of a frog. Or it'll be a frog where I don't immediately understand how you're supposed to build it and I'll be annoyed. When that inevitably happens, so help me God, I'll have predicted it. This is the first time that a boss has lasted 2 rounds. I'll take an elephant. Bombs? Bombs. Oh, I probably should also buy some more crops. Die. We're getting close for a second boss spawning, and I haven't got rid of that boss. Good. Attack. Yes, I have 2 attack cats now. Max HP on level up. Oh! I only have to level up 18 more times. For 1% resistance. That's something. What's my, it's 185. Can I get that high enough? I did so well at the start, and then I sort of went downhill. Can a frog eat an apple? Is that like a thing they can do? I don't feel like that's a thing they should be able to do. Frogs and apples do not feel like they fit in. You know what? I know, I just took a frequency thing instead. Damage or spawn? That's anti-synergy. Anti-synergy. I picked the growth amulet. How much damage am I doing to this thing? Negative. Negative money. Negative damage. On the upside, I've mastered the art of adventure fishing. I'm not saying I'm the smartest man in the world, but people have been saying it. And I haven't been denying it. Give me max health. That's max health. What am I on? 197. We're unlocking a new character. We've got to do it. We'll level up 3 times before we win this. Or die. I mean, let's be honest. Our build is not powerful. In any capacity. We're surviving on cats and a dream. I believe. I'm annoyed now. Him saying in the chat that he's getting Thai food has made me hungry. But I shouldn't eat. I've already eaten. I had a lovely meal, and I shouldn't need to eat any more. Look, you can't just say that and people not want to. 200. Now we just have to win, I believe, or maybe I don't have to win. Maybe that's enough. That makes this a hell of a lot easier to unlock characters if you only have to get to that level and not actually win. I one-shotted that thing. Yes. I want more moles. The moles are very useful. I can take damage now. As long as it doesn't lower my my max HP, which goes up by 1 every level up, by the way. Are we gonna go for 300? Maybe you unlock a secondary character that's like, I'm more into max health if you choose 300. Or maybe it's the reverse. It's like, the lower your max HP is, I get stronger. That'd be kind of fun. Like a berserker kind of dealio. Never been good at those dealios. Pretty be cool for it to be a thing. Damage. Screw piercing. Actually, I immediately regret not clicking piercing. So we're going to hit piercing on this one. Get them, capybaras. And my... Okay, the capybaras aren't doing it. It's the moles, sorry. The capybaras are fertilizing the crops. Look at my boys. They're doing damage. They're immediately gone. Oh no, they're back. I want to do the other thing instead of... Oh, it's a cat. We need a cat. The cats are better than actually getting crops in place. Ooh, give me another cat. Golden Retriever's fine. I know you're like, hold on a second, you always pick the environmentalist. I just took the buff that increases my max HP based on my resistances. I don't want to be lowering my resistances. Because I don't want the very, very small chance. It could happen. It's a very small chance that brings me below 200, and then I don't get a HP upgrade until before the end. Could you imagine that happening? Because I can feasibly imagine that happening, and the fact that I can feasibly imagine it happening means that I'm not doing it. Five piercing. 5 piercing. Here, deal with the AoEs. Ooh, damage and resistance? Ooh, doesn't feel hugely... I guess it's a spiked shield. That's where the damage comes through. Don't ask me what the balls are doing. Because I'll be honest, I don't think they're doing anything. Oh, but the moles are doing something now. Right, let's get these things up. Oh, they have base crit rates. Probably should have been looking at that and making sure that I was choosing things with low crit rates so that it wouldn't matter that I'm tanking my crit rate. The crit rate's good once you get it to the point where it's functionally just a damage buff. Until then, it may as well not exist. Oh, I'm not reliably killing these. Have I got any crit chance? No, it's minus 24%. Does that mean I have a chance of anti-critting and doing half damage? That'd be kind of funny, as like a concept. It's like, oh no, you've anti-crit, which means that you do half damage to the enemy. You crit fail. Attack frequency up by a ton, or 4 more of them. I actually think this one's better. The reason I think that is I just wanted to pick something different and this seemed fun. Look at that thing, it's taking damage. Like, not a lot, but consistent and a lot of... Like, it's not taking a lot of damage, but it's taking a small amount of damage in quick succession over and over and over and over and over again. To the point where it adds up, you know? I know I keep saying it adds up. It kind of has become like my motto. But it does add up. Now you can sit there, taking damage repeatedly from all of my enemies, while I do some lovely mining of some precious ores. Ooh, new pet. More cats. More damage. You know, occasionally I want the flat damage buffs. They don't give me any in this. And also I always say I don't want them whenever I see them in other games, so maybe I'm just lying to you. Attack duration, damage, sure. By the way, let me just double check. Okay. Every time I open my Discord, even though I know that this is set onto the one tab, I think, oh god, am I doxing all my friends? By the way, on that topic, I still don't know if Ada was being honest or not honest about that, or whether it was a setup for a joke. And that's going to worry me for a while. Why are they growing so quickly? I guess they do have the buff, but also I'm not exactly buffing my crop speed. This has to be the final round. More cow. More space, more cow. More plants. But when you have an elephant doing your job, you're on track. Which, honestly, the elephant being that size and the scorpions being this size, is something that I don't want to think about like what the lore is. I'm hoping it means there's miniature elephants that people are, I guess, taking as pets, and that's the reason why there's a miniature elephant and not the alternative, which is that they're not miniature elephants and that's a regular sized elephant. Because that also makes me think, well then am I an incredibly huge frog? If so, how freaking big is this scorpion? You gotta think about it, like, if I'm the size of a frog, and I'm about the size of, like, one of his claws, how big is that scorpion? Is that like a building size? Like, probably house size scorpion? That's terrifying. I don't know, just water the crops more. More bombs, more yo-yos, more... I don't know, those things. More space. Fishing speed? Technically that jelly might have been a debuff. I actually don't think, because I think there was like a 0.5, but I had 2 of them. So maybe. Okay, so the final round is always like the multiple boss round. On at least this tier. So we'll know that we're coming to an end when we deal with the multiple boss round. You know what I like about this character is they functionally also take out the ability to even need to care about the farm mechanic, which I appreciate heavily because I'm horrendous at it. Increase size even more? Yeah, what's 10% damage? I almost got that 10% damage back just from the level up. How much is my health? 247. We might have, if we focused it, gotten to 300. I don't think we will, because I don't think there's many big max health boosting things. But if you get the like a level up, gives you a max HP early. You could maybe do it. There. I may or may not be actually doing some of the farming mechanics now, because I'm like, it doesn't feel fair. I feel like how early that scorpion appeared, it's likely it's the final round. Or maybe they just had an early scorpion. God, it's taking... It doesn't take too much, does it? Get him! Get him! More damage! Get them! Show them who's boss. Wait, is a praying mantis in the same family as a scorpion and a spider? I don't think so, right? They're not like arachnids or the bigger version of arachnids, the more generalized arachnids. Oh, more cats. It's literally exactly what we needed. It's like they learned that we needed a bunch more damage, and so they sent us an army of cats. My planting speed is freaking low, eh? Attack duration, sure. More cats. Yes! Gosh! Look how many cats there are! Take them down! More! More damage! More! Plant seeds, beavers. Remember, every time I'm getting a pet, because of my ability, I'm getting 2 pets. So it makes such a big a difference in general. And so every time I'm getting a dude who's buffing the fertilizer guy, I'm getting 2 of them. Okay, now that I have the beavers, I'm getting so much more harvesting done. It's a shame I didn't get them like earlier. And this is what happens at the end. You jump to at least like probably big building. His name's Bubba. Screw anything. We've got a giant toad called Bubba. Show me Bubba. 50% effectiveness and future damage per max health. Really bad damage. Really bad movement speed. Really bad damage changes. Bubba, you are my boy. Oh Jesus, I could have got a massive freaking headache for a second there. I think Bubba didn't like the fact I called him my boy. But he was. He was. Let's do harvest growth speed when a crop is harvested. That would add up, I feel. I'm not saying it's huge, but it would add up. Pickup radius? Yeah, I'll take one of those. Bubba, my boy. Well, let me go talk to the sleepy. Like, there's all these bonuses you can get, and I'm like, cool, these are great. I just don't care too much. Because it's like there's this outside bit here. And if it had any mechanical reasoning, I'd be like, yeah, sure, this is cool. They don't really, it's not got mechanical reasoning to it. Like, you can customize it. Like that, like with that dude I was just at. Like if I turn them on, which apparently I didn't, which is a bit weird. So I bought that. I bought the square lamp. And the veggie patch and the wooden platter. So if I go out here now, yeah, look at this. It's a bit more of a thing now. But like, I don't know. When there's no point to it, I don't really understand. Anyway, Bubba, it's time. Sun's out. Let's do some summer one. My boy. Look at him. Oh god, he drops oil on the ground to kill them. Oh my boy. I don't know, just take the crit chance. You need to be getting the max HP on... What is it? 1%? It's... So functionally, my max health is giving me damage. But because of this debuff, I don't gain anything from it. I'm still bad until I get my max HP past 150. I'm not getting a buff over just being a regular schmo. Which is kind of worrying, actually. Give me max HP. No, none of these are useful. Well, I mean, they're useful, but none of them are like what I needed. HP. Not lesser HP. More HP. Resistance? There is that thing that buffs my resistance based on... No, I don't want my, my thing going down. Give me XP! That's what I want. Technically, this is only a 15% buff to my damage. Because of the minus 15 on the thing. I need damage. That's damage. I need damage. And we're just going to do this. Make sure we get a fish. Make sure we get the level up. Yes! Yes! I'm almost at the point already where it's a bonus. When it starts being a bonus. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. No. Attack size when ore mined is just... I like things that just give me gradual bonuses, you know? And that's one of those ones. Shame about my movement speed, but what can you do? Like 1% right there. 2% right there. You can see where I'm going with this. I'm not going to continue to lead. Oh, health regen on my boy. This is the one boy that maybe can actually just be taking damage regularly and it not really matter. Cow? Probably boomerang. No cow. Maybe boomerang. As much as cow is good, I would maybe want elephant, but not cow. I took so much damage! Apple? Apple? This feels now. Why would I lose max HP? Why do you keep giving me max HP losing things? I guess I'll take the blue feather. Apple, please. Apple. Thank you. I don't know why I immediately went for apples when I technically have HP regen. Have I gone to the point... I'm getting buffs now. Okay, every max HP thing now is giving me a buff. Every level up I get 1% damage. every mine, it's been a, what's it called? A building round. It's just me building. And look at that. Look at that huge building round. I'm so used to the whole automating of the farm that I'm just not used to not having to automate at this point. Okay, spin around me, orbit me. Okay, max HP, even less movement speed. Sure, I'll take 20% bonus to my damage. As long as they're not faster than me, which I don't think is possible, I think I'm good. How I kill a boss? I mean, that's a different story. Weird help, weird help. More damage. More frequency. Yes. Damage him. Look at that boy, Bubba. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Except I guess that's maybe the one thing he would hurt. So the fact that you were hurting him is actively ruining your case. Put on an oil slick. I guess that's slightly bigger than it used to be. I'm trying to figure out if these 1% are actually adding anything major. My pure heart guess is that they aren't. But my delicate heart cannot allow myself to think like that. Because that means that what we're doing is useless. Water. Oh, it's a water plant boy. I wish there was a max HP scaling thing that existed for like mining. But there isn't. There is one you can get with a doctor on, which I assume is how you'd probably get this guy easily, to play the doctor. That didn't help me. I mean, it makes me more incentivized, I guess, to mine. That's kind of it. I mean, like, I can take these damages because I have my health regen. I am a frog. Which is always a bonus. Growth speed, attack frequency? Yeah, I don't need apple. Besides, what's like 7%? That's nothing. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to do that one. Spin boys, yes. We're good. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, yeah. I want the big fish. Big fish. Big fish. I have all the summer fish now. Hopefully that unlocks a frog for me. I know I said I don't need apples and then I just ate an apple, but like, look, another apple just appeared. So that 7% wasn't really relevant. Okay, my attack... How big is my size? Does it say? Operation projectile size 28%. That's not that much. Fishing all during night. I don't know this one. If I'm being completely honest with myself, I'm pretty sure the buffing to your gold changing thing, if you take like one thing, is probably better in the long run than what I just picked. I can't walk through a blooming rock. Give me more damage, please. Yeah, more of that. That seems cool. You know, I don't think I even need more things other than that. Die. If I'm focusing it, it dies quickly. Problem is the thousands of other enemies that are going to be there. Fishing yield plus damage. I'd love some more max HP. Like, I know I've hit like a limit where it's good. I'm getting 1% damage every turn. But, like, that's not huge. I'd like more max HP, please. Also, more damage is always good. Didn't I take a thing that was like 50% chance that I get an extra animal every time I summon an animal? I wish that had gone off just then. I could have really done with, you know, like an extra animal. Ooh, more HP. How much am I getting from this? Like a solid 100% extra damage. I think damage is better than frequency in this context. I don't know enough to know if that's right. Oh, there's an important one right here. Oh god, it's a mantis! Okay, kill everything else. Kill everything else. Amount damage. Crit really shouldn't matter because... Enemy loot, mining yield. Ooh, more of this! More cats. Please kill them, cats. I'm begging you. I have like nothing else other than this. More attack frequency. If I'm always attacking, they can't kill me. Because at borderline, I'm at least knocking them back slightly. I need to keep looking out for... What do you do? This increasing the range every time you mine has not really been useful in any capacity. Let's be honest here. I'm the first person to admit when I'm wrong. Yeah, in fact, it's normally the exact opposite. I'm the last person to admit when I'm wrong, if I'm particularly stubborn about it. If I've decided that I'm right, I can be very, very stubborn. But in this particular context, I'm willing to admit it's wrong. And that, in actuality, I don't think I made a mistake picking it, because, you know, it's still scaled and it's done something, but it's not done a ton, has it? Let's be honest. Let's be completely honest with each other here. Projectile health regen? Sure. If I can maybe tank some of these damages, it could be good. But when I have my, like, spinny boy out, I'm spinning to win. I'm doing great. And every bit of XP I get, you know, it's another 1% damage. Take 20 of those. Ah! Oh no, I can't kill these guys fast enough. Bubba! My boy, don't go down. You've got this. You've got this. Keep spinning to win. Get out of there. Quickly, get your upgrade. Get through these. Frequency, sure. Attack duration, sure. Size, sure. Yeah, more damage. Please stop killing me. Take the HP. Okay. We survived. We survived. We survived. I need more. I need more. Oh no. Oh no. No, we need something more. None of these say max health. Why do none of these say max health? What did I do to you, gods of luck? I assume it's gods, because I assume there's a bad luck god and a good luck god. And they both technically the same god, and that's like the big reveal, is that people are like, no, I was praying to the good luck god, and it's like, you don't understand, good luck for you is bad luck for some other people, and vice versa. And that's the big reveal. That anyone with a brain knew, but like the average populace didn't, because I don't know, I feel like there's a load of things that really smart people know that I don't know. And I like to think of myself as at least average intelligence. I know, it's being a bit presumptuous to say it, but I genuinely believe I'm at least average. More damage. Just get more of these guys out. Give me max health. Give me max health. None of these are max health. How do I win? How do I win? Dog won't help. Dog doesn't help at all. I guess also get some mush. I don't even know what these are. Cauliflowers? Sure, they're nice. Put some cheese on them, they're perfect. And less max. No! Give me max health, or give me, I don't know, something good. Give me another level up, please. Another level up. Thank you. Enemy health? No! Max health! Oh, that's 20% extra damage. Size, frequency and size, please. Any passive damage over time is good. Oh, health. Okay, Bubba, you can get through this. You've maybe caught up with the damage debuffs you had. Just stay here. Ignore any form of piercing. Sure, piercing's needed, sure, but like... Yes! None of you are... I guess I'll take a capybara. I'll take 2 capybaras. Frequency, sure. Please. Yes, look at all the damage over time. Okay, I don't think I can move, but I'm stabilizing. I'm sort of stabilizing. We're sort of stabilizing. Mine. Oh god, they're here. Okay. Duration. We've got this. We don't have it. Max HP, please. Max. More spawns? But surely it's not the amount that's the problem, it's the health, right? Sure. Let's say that. Also, like, how much is 10% really? Like, what? If there's 100 enemies, we get, like, an extra 10? Nothing. That's no. That's, like, the anti what I want. I ain't fasting, I'm Bubba. Like this? Like this? How's my crit chance at this point? 38's not horrendous. Come on. Level up. You can't tell me. I had all the boomerangs. Where's the final? There. That's not it. Oh, frick. Attack frequency? Sure. Okay, we got it. 99 piercing? Yes. Because I'm absolutely surrounded. I genuinely feel like you could pierce more than 4 enemies. Take the health. Oh, no. Try again? No, I just want there to be... Yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. A pet. I needed pets. Fishing spawn. No, give me HP. 20% damage buff. Who cares if I'm slow? I probably will do in a bit, but... You know, like, it's bad, obviously. There's no denying that this is bad. Like, not horrendous. Why? They're not back now a bit more. Oh no, Technically this is giving me tiny buffs every time I mine something. 20% damage buff. Okay, we're alive, Cats. Yes! Yes! We take the cow as well. Take the elephant as well. I felt like it was the final round. Maybe I just wanted it to be the final round. I mean, we're holding. Kind of. I mean, that's more damage. I mean, as soon as a boss appears, I'm worried, but... I mean, more duration's more duration. I'm holding next to this place so that I can also be watering stuff. I'm not sure if it's that useful, but it might be. You know what? I don't think my speed in which I mine or fish is too relevant nowadays. Yes, Wombo! My boy! My boy, he's so big! He did it. He did it. What does that give me? Does it give me a fish? I'd love to play a fish. Only allowed in the water? Right. That's it for us. We did a bit of a rant. We did a bit of a casual play. Hope everybody had fun watching. I had fun playing. I will see you on Wednesday for more Pillars of Eternity 2. I will see you on Friday for more Guild Wars 2. And I'll see you too, because there was 2 people chatting, next time. Bye.